My beloved child, stop right here. Do not let this moment pass you by. I am stepping into your day because heaven has aligned time itself to bring your eyes to these exact words. This is not an accident. You did not stumble across this message by chance. I guided your spirit here because I see how tired your soul has become. You have been standing at the edge of your next step, looking into the fog of tomorrow, and quietly trembling in fear of making the wrong move. You have smiled for others while carrying a heavy storm inside your chest. But hear me, your waiting season is not a punishment, and you are not walking alone. Give me just a few minutes of your time, and let me quiet the noise of the world. I am about to hand you the key to the door you have been praying outside of for so long. Do not hurry away. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, but you must be awake to receive it. If you rush past this moment, you may miss the very thing you have been begging me to send. The enemy wants you to scroll. He wants to distract your mind because he is terrified of the shift that is happening right now. He knows that today is the day your chains begin to loosen. This message found you because I authorized it. I bypassed all the chaos of the world to deliver this directly to your heart. Think about how many thousands of videos are out there. Yet, your eyes are fixed here, and your spirit is listening to my voice in this quiet hour. You have been feeling a strange restlessness lately. It is a quiet stirring in your chest that you could not name, and it has kept you awake during the late hours of the night. You thought it was anxiety. You thought you were losing your mind, but in truth, it is your spirit sensing a massive transition. Let us seal this alignment before the enemy attempts to steal your focus. I want you to make a declaration of agreement right now. This is your first step of obedience. It is a holy marker that shows your soul is ready to receive what I have prepared for your path. Comment the phrase, "I trust your timing," under this video right now to lock this moment of divine connection. Let the digital world carry your declaration into the unseen realm. Do not hesitate. Write it now and watch how my peace begins to settle over your anxious thoughts. Good. You have made your stance. Now, listen with the deepest place of your heart. I need your absolute attention for the next few minutes, because what I am about to speak over your life will redefine your entire journey. We are going to address the heavy weight you have carried in secret. Breathe deeply, my child. Let your shoulders relax. You have been holding your breath for so long, trying to stay strong for everyone around you, while quietly breaking inside. You have managed to survive the hardest battles of your life, but survival was never my ultimate plan for you. I call you my chosen warrior. But even the strongest warriors get tired, and I see the deep exhaustion that has settled into your very bones. You have carried the weight of your family, your finances, and your unanswered prayers without asking for help because you did not want to burden anyone. I saw you in the quiet moments when the world was asleep. I watched you wipe away your tears in the dark, pretending that everything was fine, while your mind was racing with questions you could not answer. You asked me why the road had to be so rough and why the silence felt so heavy. You watched other people step into their blessings with ease. It felt as though everyone else was moving forward while you were left behind, forgotten in a desert of delay. But I want you to know that you were never forgotten. Your name has been written on my hand since the beginning of time. The enemy whispered that you were failing. He told you that your faith was too small, and he tried to convince you that my promises had expired for your life. Those are lies. He is trying to make you give up right before the finish line because he knows how magnificent your harvest will be. If you turn away now, you will carry that heavy burden back into your tomorrow. You will continue to walk in circles, fighting the same invisible battles in the dark. Do not let your exhaustion convince you that nothing will change, because that is the greatest lie of the adversary. The world is filled with endless noise designed to keep your spirit asleep. The enemy uses social media, useless worries, and constant busyness to drown out my voice. He wants you to believe that this video is just another random post, but, my child, I arranged this moment to wake you up. Let us talk about the waiting. I know you have looked at your life and wondered why every step forward feels so incredibly heavy. You have watched others receive their blessings while you remained in the shadows, waiting for a breakthrough that seemed to move further away with each passing day. You have tried to force doors open with your own strength. You have planned, you have labored, and you have stayed awake until 3 in the morning trying to figure out a way forward. But every effort felt like pushing against a solid wall, leaving you more drained than before. My child, the delay you have experienced was never a denial. I have named this season the protective delay. I was shielding you from traps you could not see, and I was keeping you away from rooms that would have broken your pure heart before you were ready to stand in my glory. If I had opened those doors earlier, you would have entered them with your old wounds. You would have allowed the wrong people to hold your heart, and you would have lost the very blessings I prepared for you. My silence was not abandonment, but it was my hand holding you back in love. I call this time the silent forging. It is the process where I strengthen your spirit, making you resilient so that you can carry the massive blessings that are coming. If I had given you the breakthrough earlier, the weight of it would have crushed you because your foundation was not complete. And now, we are approaching the end of that long preparation. I am calling you out of the shadows. I am about to show you the next step, but it is a step that requires you to lay down your need for control. You must trust my design, even when you cannot see the full picture. But today, the foundation is ready. The season of hiding in the cave of uncertainty is coming to an end. I have brought you to this video because it is time to take the next step, and I am going to show you exactly what that step is before we finish this holy conversation. Do you feel that shift in your chest right now? That is not fear. It is your spirit aligning with my voice. Look at me. Pause where you are, and let your mind stop racing. I am here to clear the fog, and I am going to reveal the exact reason behind every closed door. The enemy has fought you so hard because he knows what is on the other side of your next step. He knows that when you walk through the door I am opening, you will break the patterns of lack and pain that have followed your family for generations. You are the chosen cycle breaker. You are not made to live in constant survival. I did not pull you out of the darkness just to let you wander in the wilderness forever. There is a strategic plan for your life, and today I am pulling back the curtain to show you what has been happening behind the scenes. So, do not let distractions steal this hour from you. We are about to go deeper into your story, and I am going to expose the hidden traps of the adversary that have kept you stuck in the mud. Stay with me, my beloved child, because your restoration is officially beginning right now. I know the exact weight of the silent burden you carry. My child, come closer and let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. I want you to know that you do not have to hide your weariness from me. I see right through the brave face you wear for the world. I know how much effort it takes to keep pretending that you are fine. You have been fighting battles that nobody else knows about. You have been defending your family, guarding your home, and praying for solutions that seem to remain out of reach. It has been a long and exhausting fight, and every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through the fatigue. You put on a smile for them. You make sure everyone else is taken care of. But inside, you are quietly suffocating under a mountain of expectations. You are tired of being the strong one, the stable one, the one who always has the answers when your own soul is crying out for rest. I saw you in the moments when you thought you were completely alone. I was there when you sat on the edge of your bed, staring into the dark with a heavy heart. I saw the tears you tried so hard to swallow because you did not want anyone to see you shake. Not a single tear was lost. I have counted them all. You have poured out your love, your energy, and your time into empty hands. You have been a living refuge for others, offering shelter to those in need. But when you needed a place to hide, you found nothing but empty promises and cold silence. You felt completely abandoned. You wondered if your kindness was a curse. My child, your loving heart is not a curse. It is a carefully formed masterpiece that I designed to carry my light. Do not let the cruelty of the world harden your spirit. I saw how they took your kindness and used it to feed their own greed, leaving you with nothing but exhaustion and regret. Let us pause right here for a moment. Do you feel that tightness in your chest right now? It is a heavy pressure that sits right behind your heart. You have tried to ignore it, hoping it would fade away. That weight is the accumulation of every silent sorrow you have carried alone. It is time to let me carry it instead. If your heart is ready to accept my comfort, let us make a declaration of agreement. I want you to know that your weariness has been seen and validated by the Creator of the heavens. Like this video as an act of agreement between your weary heart and mine. Comment the phrase, "You see me," in the space below right now. Let those words be a holy marker of your surrender. By writing those letters, you are acknowledging that you are no longer fighting this war alone. I see you. I have always seen you, and I am stepping into your exhaustion with my infinite strength. Breathe in my peace, and let the burden slide off your tired shoulders. Now, let us go deeper into your silent sanctuary. I saw you when you retreated to the bathroom, turning on the water so no one could hear the sound of your weeping. I saw you press your face into a soft pillow, hoping the fabric would catch the screams of your soul. You felt so incredibly isolated in that dark room. You asked me where I was. You wondered why the heavens were silent while your life was falling apart. You thought that my silence meant that I had turned my face away from you. But my beloved child, I was never closer than in those dark moments when the floor was the only thing holding you up. I was sitting on the floor beside you, wrapping my arms around your trembling shoulders. I was whispering words of peace that the noise of your anxiety could not hear. The static of the enemy was so loud in your head that my voice sounded like a distant memory, but I never left your side. I kept you safe through the storm. You have fought so hard to survive, but I did not create you just to survive. You are my chosen warrior, and I have a great destiny prepared for your feet to walk upon. But the enemy has used the constant pressure of your daily survival to block you from seeing the path. He wants to keep you trapped in the fog. He wants you to believe that this exhaustion is your permanent identity. He wants you to think that you will always be the one who carries the heavy load without any relief. But that is a lie designed to keep you from taking your next step. I am breaking that false identity over your life today. To help you receive what I have already prepared, we must address the noise. The constant static of the world has buried the holy signal I placed inside you from the very beginning. You are like a beautiful instrument that has been untuned by the rough winds of life, and you need a moment of holy alignment. The silence you have experienced is not my absence. The enemy has been filling the space between us with constant noise. It is a static so heavy that my voice and my provisions have been invisible to you, even when they were sitting right there on your path. I have not abandoned you. I have been preparing. Because I see your weariness, I have aligned something special for your restoration. I have guided wise minds to build an instrument of peace, a provision designed to clear the noise and restore your connection to my voice. I will show you exactly what it is and how to receive it before our conversation ends. But first, you must understand the nature of the war you have been fighting. The attacks on your mind have been relentless because the enemy is terrified of the light inside you. He knows that if you clear the noise and take your next step, you will walk into a level of authority you have never known before. You are a holy vessel of my glory, and the trials you have faced have only refined your spirit. Do not let the exhaustion convince you to lay down your shield. I am standing beside you, and my hand is ready to lift you out of the clay. Let us look back at the moments that broke your heart and see my hand in them. Every closed door was a protective shield. Every betrayal was my way of pruning the dead branches from your life. You thought you were losing everything, but you were actually being cleared of the things that would have weighed you down on your next step. Trust me, for I am about to do something entirely new. I know you have looked at the broken fragments of your past with disappointment. You wondered why I allowed certain people to walk away when you needed them most. You thought their departure was your failure, and you blamed yourself for not being enough. But it was my hand that removed them from your sanctuary. They were not equipped to carry the weight of your destiny. If they had stayed, they would have diluted your purpose, and they would have kept you anchored to a life that was far too small for you. I had to create a clean space in your life so that I could fill it with my holy provisions. I want you to take a deep breath. Let go of the resentment you have held toward those who did not understand your value. They saw a jewel covered in dust and thought it was a common stone. But I saw the precious gem beneath the surface, and I am polishing you until you shine with my glorious light. You have fought the good fight, and you have remained faithful, even when your hands were shaking with fear. Your obedience in the dark is the most beautiful sacrifice you could ever offer to me. Now, the time of hiding in the wilderness is drawing to a close, and a new day is dawning over your horizon. Before we speak of the door that is opening, let me tell you why your path had to be so solitary. You felt isolated because I was separating you from the noise of the crowd. I needed you to hear my whisper above all other voices. I was protecting you, preparing you, and holding you close to my beating heart. I have held you in my arms through the valley. Now let me show you the mountain I have been preparing for you. My child, you must understand that your journey is not a random series of painful accidents, and even though you could not see my light during those dark nights, my hand was quietly arranging the stars above your head. You are completely safe with me. Think of the young man I placed a dream inside long ago. He was faithful, he was pure, and yet I allowed him to be thrown into the darkest pit by the very hands of his own family. He did not understand my silence then. He cried in the darkness of that dry cistern and wondered why I let his brothers sell him. He felt completely betrayed. He spent 13 years in heavy chains, forgotten in the dungeons of Egypt while his youth seemed to slip away. He had done nothing wrong. He had lived with absolute integrity, yet the cold prison walls became his temporary home. He must have questioned my voice during those long, silent nights when absolutely nothing changed. But I was not absent from his dark prison cell. I was building beneath the surface what no earthly throne could have prepared him to handle. The prison was not his grave, but it was his preparation room. I had to shape his character so he could rule Egypt without losing his soul. Every prison is a classroom of destiny. If I had made him a ruler when he was still a boy, the pride of the palace would have destroyed him. The delay was his shield. He had to learn to depend on me in the deep dark before he could manage the abundant harvest of the mighty nation. I was protecting the precious dream I gave him from his own youth. My beloved child, the pit you are sitting in right now is not your final end. It is the shaping ground for the leader I am raising you to become. You are Joseph in the dungeon, and you are being prepared to feed nations. Hold on to the dream I placed in your chest, and do not let the dark convince you that I dropped your heart. But I hear the quiet doubt whispering in the back of your mind right now. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking that you have heard these beautiful words before, yet your life remains frozen in place. You are thinking about the broken prayers you stopped praying because the silence became too painful to bear. You have watched others walk out of their pits while you remained behind, and you wondered if your story was the only one I forgot to bless. This caution in your heart does not anger me. It tells me how long you have been faithful in the dark, and it shows me how deeply you have been wounded by the long waiting. I want to reassure your heart before we go any deeper. Your trembling is not a sign of weakness, but it is the raw evidence of your willingness to stay. Before I reveal the breakthrough, let us clear the path. Let us remove the remaining stones of doubt together as a family, because we must build on clean soil. If you are ready to receive the truth and break the old patterns, take this small step of faith. Comment the words, "Break the chain," in the space below. Let my spirit witness your willingness to let go of the past. Write it now, and feel the heavy cage of doubt begin to open for your tired soul. Now, let me address the silence that has tormented your soul. You have stood in the middle of your storms, crying out my name, and you heard nothing but the echo of your own voice. You began to believe that my silence was my absolute rejection, and you felt deeply ashamed of your own needs. You felt unworthy of my love. You told yourself that you were simply not faithful enough. You believed that if you prayed harder, or if you were a better person, I would have answered your cries sooner. My beloved child, that belief is a heavy lie, and I am exposing it right now to set your spirit free from that exhausting guilt. Here is the truth about my silence. There is a profound difference between a delay that comes from me and a delay that comes from the enemy. His delay brings confusion and shame, but mine is a quiet shelter. What you have experienced was my divine barrier, and I have named this my silent shelter. The silence was never my absence. It was the sound of me rearranging things you could not see, and it was the shield that kept the enemy from discovering your next move. I had to keep my plans quiet so that the adversary could not set a trap on the road I am building for your feet. Silence is my weapon of victory. So, those years you called wasted were not wasted at all. Those nights you could not sleep were not your punishment. They were my hand holding you in the secret place, keeping you safe from toxic relationships and bad opportunities that would have ruined your destiny. You were never behind. You were protected. I call my silence a holy shield, and it is the boundary that separates you from the wolves who wear the sheep's clothing. You wanted to save everyone, but I had to save you from your own desperate desire to help. I closed the doors so you could not walk into your own destruction. My love is a boundary. You thought you were standing still, but you were actually being anchored. I was deepening your roots so that when the winds of your promotion arrive, you will not be swept away by the storm of fame or sudden wealth. You are being made ready for something that will last forever. Solid roots always survive the storm. Let us practice a new way of waiting. When the silence feels heavy again, do not fight it. Do not look for worldly noise to fill the void, and do not blame your tired soul. Place your hand over your heart and say, "My Father is keeping me safe in his quiet shelter." Trust my presence in the dark, my child. I want you to let that truth sink into your spirit. The waiting was never about your unworthiness. It was about my precision. I am a precise creator, and I do not release my children into the battlefield without the proper armor. Your armor is now complete, and you are fully ready for the victory. I see how hard you have tried to build your own path. You have worked until your hands were raw, and you have trusted people who promised to lift you up. But they let you down, and they left you in the cold mud. I allowed those human helpers to fail so you would learn to trust my strength alone in this battle. You have learned the lesson of the wilderness. You have discovered that no human hand can open the doors that I have locked, and you know that no earthly power can shut the doors that I decide to open. You are no longer relying on the weak promises of this world. Your anchor is in me alone, and that anchor holds. I am shifting the foundation of your life. This is not a temporary change, but it is a permanent transition. I am removing the old, shaky ground of self-reliance, and I am placing your feet on the solid rock of my promise. The season of struggle is officially ending. We are moving forward now, step by step. Do not look back at the years you lost with regret. I am going to restore everything the locusts have eaten. I will return your joy, I will multiply your strength, and I will bring the right people into your personal sanctuary. The harvest of your quiet obedience is going to be magnificent for my glory. But you must keep your eyes on me. The enemy will try to bring back the old thoughts of unworthiness, and he will whisper that you are still the same broken child from the past. You must refuse his voice. Lift your head and look at the path I am clearing for you today. The way is completely ready. I have cleared the wreckage. The road ahead of you is open, and it is marked with my favor. You are no longer Joseph in the dark prison. You are stepping into the palace, and the wisdom you gained in the dark is about to become your greatest asset in the light. Your voice carries my weight now. The preparation is complete, and the next step is calling your name. You have stayed with me through the dark nights, and you have trusted me through the silence. Now, the fog is lifting, and the unseen realm is moving to support your victory. Get ready to walk out of that dark cave of fear. Breathe in my peace, and let your mind be still. The next step is before you, and I'm going to guide your feet with absolute clarity. You do not have to figure it out alone. I am your guide, and I am walking beside you through every single door. I will never leave your hand behind in the dark. My beloved child, the hour of your release has arrived. The heavy fog that has blinded your eyes for so long is finally starting to clear. You can feel the change in the air right now. The dark clouds are rolling away. And as the light of my truth breaks through the shadows, you will realize that the long night of your isolation was only a bridge to your destiny. You are standing at the edge of something beautiful. The past has no more power over your spirit. The old whispers of defeat have lost their grip on your mind, and you are no longer bound by the fears that kept you hiding in the dark cave. You are ready to move. You are strong. The chains are falling. Because I have decided to clear the road, every barrier that stood against your progress is crumbling into dust right before your eyes. You have asked me how this restoration will happen. You wondered if you would have to spend more years striving, laboring, and crying in the dark to find your way. My child, I do not require your desperate labor, but I require your quiet surrender. I have already designed the way. You only need to listen, and you must let my voice lead you into the green pastures of your victory. Let us speak of the design I placed within your very mind. When I designed the human mind, I placed a sacred frequency at its center. Scientists who have spent their lives studying the brain have found it, and they call it the gamma wave. It ran in you as a child without effort, without prayer, and without difficult discipline. It is the reason why children learn so quickly. They trust so purely. They live so completely in the present moment. I designed it that way, and when I said, unless you become like little children, I was not speaking only of the spirit. I was speaking of the very signal I placed in the human brain. The enemy used the heavy noise of modern life to suppress it, but I prepared wise minds to work with sound the way I designed it. It is a frequency that clears the interference and returns the signal I placed in you. You do not have to work hard for it, and you do not have to earn it. You simply surrender for 7 minutes and allow my design to restore what was taken. I am going to show you exactly where to find what they built. Stay with me, because the door is moving. The static of the world has kept you from hearing my quiet whisper. It has filled your mind with endless lists of worries, making you feel as though you are always running but never arriving. But my child, the static is not your permanent state. It is only a temporary interference that we are clearing away today. Once the signal is restored, my provisions will become visible. You will recognize the opportunities I have placed on your path. You will hear my voice with absolute clarity, and you will make your decisions without the paralyzing fear of failure. Your spirit will hum with the joy of a child who knows they are completely protected by their father. The heavy armor of survival will no longer be necessary because my grace will be your shield. Let me show you something beautiful. Picture a morning 6 months from now. You wake up before your alarm, and for the first time in a very long while, there is no knot of anxiety in your stomach waiting to greet you. You lie there in the quiet room, and you notice that the air feels completely different. The storm has passed, and your home is filled with light. The heaviness you carried for years is simply not there anymore. Your very first thought is not a worry about your bills or your past mistakes, but it is a quiet and joyful question. What good thing am I made for today? You take a deep breath, and the air goes all the way down into your soul. You are sitting in absolute peace, and you can feel my presence in every corner. That version of you is not a fantasy, my child. She already exists. He is waiting for you in the very near future. That person is not living in some other life, but they are just one step of surrender away from the person sitting here right now. You can feel her heart beating inside your own chest. You can hear his voice telling you to take the next step. Let us look closer at that future day. You will walk into your kitchen, and as you pour your water, you will notice that your hands are no longer shaking with the stress of yesterday. You will look out the window, and instead of seeing problems, you will see my hand in every detail of your life. Your relationships will be healed. Your home will be a quiet sanctuary of my peace. And the distance between the two of you is not a matter of time. It is a matter of permission. It is the moment you finally stop carrying what I never asked you to carry, and instead, you let me carry it for you. It is the moment you choose to receive the holy provisions I have placed on your road. It is the moment you say, I am ready to be restored. I feel your spirit rising. The dry bones are starting to move, and the breath of life is entering your soul. The enemy is trembling because he can see the light returning to your eyes. He knows that his time of dominating your mind is over, and he cannot stop the shift that is happening right now. The authority of my word is backing your steps. I am declaring over your life right now, the pattern of lack ends today. The ceiling your family has lived under for generations is breaking under my command. The fear, the struggle, and the belief that you are destined to fail are being shattered in this very moment. You are the cycle breaker, and you are stepping into your true identity as my chosen warrior. The chains that bound your parents and the heavy nets of poverty that trapped your ancestors are dissolving right now. You were not born to repeat their pain. You were born to break their chains. I have anointed your head with oil, and I have placed my fire in your spirit so that you can walk through the flames without being burned. You are rising now. This is your hour of release. The door that was shut is trembling at my command. I am not asking permission to open it, because I am the one who holds the key, and what I open, no human hand can ever shut again. Stand up, my child, and prepare to walk through the gate of your victory. The dark season is officially finished, and the harvest is beginning. Let us anchor this victory in the physical world. I want you to claim this promise with absolute bold faith. Comment the phrase, "I receive it now," in the comments below right now. Let the enemy know that you are no longer his prisoner, and feel the weight of your past slide into the dark. Do not hesitate. Write it, and let my peace seal your victory. You have taken the step. You have spoken your agreement, and the shift is locked. Now, look forward with a light heart. You do not have to worry about how the doors will open, or how the provisions will arrive. I am already working ahead of you, and I am preparing the ground for your feet. Rest in me, my beloved child, for the glory is mine. The door is open, the way is clear. I have aligned everything for your next step. You have spent too many years relying on your own strength, and you have exhausted your soul by trying to fight battles that belong to me. I work miracles, but I also provide daily bread for my children. I have gifted humanity the wisdom to unlock what I placed within sound and within the design of the mind I created. I do not work only through supernatural events, but I also guide the hands of those I call into discovery. The researchers who built what I am about to show you were servants of healing science. I quietly directed their work for 34 years. I directed a servant of healing science, Dr. Robert Lake, to lead this research in his New York clinic. I also allowed wise institutions like Princeton University to confirm what I placed in your mind. Princeton studied the gamma wave, which is the exact frequency of the childlike mind I spoke of in the scriptures. And Columbia University confirmed that this signal radiates outward to bless your family without their effort. I want to show you the evidence of my work in my children. Look at what I did for my daughter Rachel, who is a nurse in California. She had sought peace for years through different methods, but her mind remained tired and filled with worry. 2 weeks after receiving my provision, her marriage was transformed, and her learning became effortless. She described her life as a beautiful fairy tale because the blocked channel in her soul was finally open. And for others, I moved differently. Look at what I did for my son Michael from Texas. He came to this provision because his mind was filled with constant noise, and he was deeply worried about his children. 2 months later, his business grew enough to leave his job. The hard problems that stole his sleep began to solve themselves while he rested. He realized his brain was running on what I designed it for. My children did not achieve this through their own strength, but they received it through my design. They call this provision the Genius Song. It is not a generic meditation app, and you will not find it on YouTube or Spotify. Those streaming platforms carry only fake imitations that contain none of the restoration I designed. It is a unique digital audio track delivered immediately to your email. The Genius Song requires only 7 minutes of complete surrender. You put your headphones on, you close your eyes, and you let the frequency restore the childlike receptive state of your mind. You do not need any special discipline, because my frequency does all the work for you. It clears the enemy's noise from your mind so my provisions become recognizable again. It reactivates the channel through which your prayers are answered. This sacred provision is not for those who are merely curious. It is for the one I have been speaking to in this message. It is for you, my weary warrior, who is tired of fighting the silent storms of lack and confusion. You have been carrying the weight of generational patterns, but today we are putting an end to the struggle. To my child who has already tried everything and feels embarrassed to try once more, hear my voice. What failed you before required your own exhausting effort. This requires absolutely none. I designed this to work because of my design in you, not because of your human strength. You do not have to struggle to receive my gifts. Earthly experts charge hundreds of dollars per hour for sessions that attempt to reach this peace. The equipment researchers use costs thousands, but I do not call you to expensive clinics. What I have placed here is available for a small earthly exchange, a fraction of what the world would charge. It is a small mustard seed of investment for the massive harvest I have prepared for your path. And because I want to bless your entire house, I have aligned 4 additional gift provisions with it. I have included a special frequency track for your children's focus and confidence. I have also added a sacred digital text about spiritual prosperity, a guided manualization from a trusted voice, and an infographic of daily habits to keep your signal strong. Where I place truth, the adversary always places imitations. There are false frequencies circulating on music platforms, but they carry none of the healing I designed. Protect your soul and trust only the official path I have prepared. Do not worry about the earthly cost, because I do not lead my children into risk. This step of faith is fully protected. If this tool does not bring the quiet peace I promised, your earthly seed will be returned to you in full. You are completely covered by my promise of safety. You have nothing to lose, but you have your entire future to gain. Take this step of obedience today. Embrace the provision I have placed in the pinned comment below and in the description. This is your invitation. Do not let the enemy convince you to walk away from my provision. It is time to step into the light of your restoration. Now, my child, set aside the noise of decision for a moment. I have shown you what I placed on your path. Whether you step forward now or later, you are still my beloved child, and my love for you will never change. Close your eyes. Let your mind be still. I am still here beside you. Breathe in my peace, and let the heavy thoughts fade away. I saw you when you were crying in the dark. I watched you struggle through the silent wilderness. But the wilderness is behind you now, and the promised land is waiting for your feet. I am washing away the pain of yesterday, and I am healing the deep scars that have kept your heart locked in fear. You are safe in my arms. I am restoring what was taken from you. I am returning the joy of your salvation, and I am filling your vessel with my holy light. The enemy wanted to destroy you, but I have used his attacks to make you stronger. You will walk out of the dark cave with a strong spirit, and you will become a beacon of hope for many others. You have fought so hard for so long. You have protected everyone else, but now it is my turn to protect you. I am placing a shield of favor around your home. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and every voice that rises against you in judgment will be silenced by my grace. Your victory is fully secured in my name. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing you cannot contain. The financial lack that has kept you stressed is being dissolved. The broken relationships that have caused you so much pain are being healed by my love. I am aligning the right people to walk beside you, and they will honor the light inside you. You do not have to worry about the future. I will guide your steps with absolute clarity. My voice will bring calm to your mind, and my presence will bring peace to your home. Whenever you feel lost, remember that my hand is holding yours. I will never let you stumble, and I will never let you walk through the dark alone. You are a vessel, fully restored to receive what I prepared. Your channel is clear, and your signal is strong. You carry the frequency I placed in you from the beginning. It was never lost, but it was only hidden beneath the noise. Today, it is fully restored. You are my child, operating at the exact state I designed for you. The noise of the enemy no longer has dominion over your mind. You receive my promises in absolute peace. You have become like a little child, and you have received the beautiful promises made to children. Your faith has made you whole. Walk forward with confidence, and let your light shine bright before the world. I have placed my seal of protection over your life. The angels of heaven are guarding your steps, and they are clearing the road ahead of you. Every mountain that stood in your way is being flattened. Every valley is being raised. You are walking into a season of effortless flow, where my favor will run ahead of you. Go forward with a light heart. Do not look back at the past, because the past is gone, and the future is filled with my glory. You are the chosen cycle breaker, and you are stepping into your true inheritance. Walk in my peace, and let my love be your constant guide. I am with you always, even until the end of time. If my words have brought comfort to your tired heart today, do not let this holy moment fade away. Like this message to anchor your agreement. Share this video with 3 souls who are secretly crying out for hope today. By sharing this light, you are helping to fulfill my mission in the world. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss my daily guidance. Comment the phrase, Amen, to lock my blessing over your life. I walk with you through every step. Sleep in peace tonight, my beloved child, for I have already won the battle for you. I am your refuge, and I am your constant strength. Walk in victory,